NFL history hangs on split-second moments, and 4 of them would have rewritten everything we know about the league. I'm breaking down the scenarios that could have toppled dynasties, erased championships, and prevented the legends we celebrate today, starting with a drop pass that could have kept Dallas on top, and ending with a decision that might have prevented the greatest quarterback run in history. January 11th, 2015. The Dez Bryant catch that wasn't. Picture this. You're watching the Cowboys trail by 1 4th and 2 at the Green Bay 1-yard line. Less than 5 minutes left in a divisional playoff that feels like it's slipping away. Bryant's hands wrap around the ball, his feet find the turf, the crowd erupts, and then silence. Officials huddle, replay reviews, and suddenly what looked like salvation becomes devastation. The call gets overturned, incomplete pass, season over. But here's what makes this moment absolutely crushing. Dallas had been unstoppable inside the red zone all season. A 1st and goal at the 1-yard line? That's not just a scoring opportunity, that's a virtual guarantee. Imagine the stadium shaking as Dallas takes a 27-26 lead with 4 minutes remaining. Jerry Jones finally tasting vindication after decades of playoff heartbreak. A conference championship berth within reach. One catch changes everything, and instead, the drought continues. Now let's talk about Bo Jackson. And this is where athletic mythology meets devastating reality. Picture the most gifted athlete you've ever seen, then multiply that by 10. In 1989, Bo rushed for nearly 1,000 yards in just 11 games, while simultaneously playing Major League Baseball. The following year, he made history as the first athlete to earn All-Star honors in 2 major North American sports. This wasn't just talent. This was superhuman ability, redefining what seemed possible. Then January 13th, 1991 arrived like a thief in the night. A routine 34-yard run against Cincinnati. A seemingly normal tackle, the sound of a career shattering. If Bo stays healthy, we're not just talking about one of the greatest running backs ever. We're witnessing someone prove that the impossible is just another word for untested. Two-sport dominance becomes the new standard instead of a beautiful myth. Between Bo's career-ending injury and that controversial call that cost Dallas their championship shot, which moment do you think robbed us of more greatness? Drop your answer in the comments below, because our next scenario makes both of those look like minor tremors compared to what should have been the most dominant championship run in modern history. February 1st, 2015. 26 seconds that broke Seattle's heart and rewrote a decade. You're in the stadium, watching the Seahawks trail by 4, 2nd and goal from the Patriots' 1-yard line. Everyone knows what's coming. Hand it to beast mode. Let Marshawn Lynch bulldoze through for the game winner. The crowd's already celebrating in their minds. Instead, Russell Wilson drops back, fires a slant pass, and Malcolm Butler steps in front of it like destiny itself. Game over. Dynasty dreams dead on the goal line. Here's what makes this moment absolutely devastating. Seattle was 26 seconds away from back-to-back championships. 26 seconds from establishing the Legion of Boom as the defensive blueprint for an entire decade. Instead of becoming the new standard for dominance, they became a footnote in New England's story. One play call doesn't just cost a championship. It erases an entire era of what could have been. March 2020, the moment Tom Brady chose Tampa Bay over loyalty, splitting NFL history clean in half. Imagine Brady staying put in New England, squeezing one final dynasty run out of a declining roster. No fairy tale Super Bowl on home soil for Tampa. No proof that lightning could strike twice for the greatest quarterback ever. Instead, we're looking at the Patriots potentially claiming their 7th championship, while the Buccaneers remain trapped in decades of mediocrity. Picture Brady throwing to familiar faces instead of discovering new magic in Florida. Bill Belichick cementing his legacy with one more impossible championship run. The entire 2020s NFL landscape rewritten, not by what happened, but by what never would have happened. One free agency decision erases a championship, extends a dynasty, and completely reshapes league history. All four scenarios aren't just isolated moments of heartbreak, they're dominoes that would have toppled the entire NFL landscape in ways that still ripple through today. That Dez Bryant catch doesn't just give Dallas one touchdown, it completely derails Green Bay's championship trajectory. Think about the cascade. No conference championship appearance means Aaron Rodgers never gets his defining postseason moment. The Packers remain stranded in that uncomfortable space between the Favre glory days and modern relevance, while Dallas suddenly has momentum for a legitimate title run. Jerry Jones gets vindicated, the Cowboys shed their playoff choker reputation, and the entire NFC power structure shifts toward Texas. Bo Jackson staying healthy doesn't just preserve one incredible career, it fundamentally shatters our understanding of athletic limitations. Picture this ripple effect. Two-sport dominance stops being a myth and becomes the new gold standard. Every elite athlete starts asking, why not both? College recruiting changes overnight. Professional sports salary structures get turned upside down. The very definition of greatness expands beyond single-sport excellence, and Bo becomes the template every superhuman athlete tries to follow. Lynch getting that handoff doesn't just secure one championship for Seattle, it establishes the Legion of Boom as the defensive dynasty that defines an entire decade. Here's the domino effect. Back-to-back titles make Seattle the blueprint every team desperately tries to copy. Defensive coordinators study their film religiously. Free agents flock to the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, New England's late dynasty resurgence gets strangled before it can even breathe, leaving Tom Brady with one less ring and a completely different legacy narrative. Brady staying in New England doesn't just prevent one Tampa Bay fairy tale, it completely rewrites the power structure of the 2020s. Picture the cascade. 7 Patriots championships cement Bill Belichick as the untouchable coaching genius of all time. Tampa Bay remains locked in perpetual mediocrity, never tasting championship relevance. The entire AFC playoff picture looks completely different without Brady's sudden NFC dominance. Young quarterbacks have a different measuring stick for greatness, and the conversation about the greatest dynasty in sports history becomes a lot less complicated. These four moments don't exist in isolation. They're fractures that would have split football history into completely different timelines. Each crack doesn't just alter one story, it fundamentally reshapes who rises, who falls, and what becomes possible in the NFL universe. The beauty and terror of sports captured in 4 split-second decisions that echo through decades. Subscribe for more NFL what-ifs, and check out our previous video on the screen here.